Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about two interesting things that people have been talking about and that suggest that very soon Blizzard is planning on milking us a little bit with a few new currencies and items. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the Gilded Traders Brutosaur Mount, which is this one right here, which is by far the most useful mount in the game. Because with this mount, you have the auctioneer on this side, and then you have the mailbox on this other side. And unlike the original Brutosaur mount, here you only have the auctioneer and then you have the merchants, but you don't have the mailbox, so it makes this other mount way more useful. And this one was a mount from the in-game shop that Blizzard was selling us for $90 on the store, which is again insane and by far the most expensive item they ever sold on the shop. And now there is maybe a way that they're gonna bring this mount back, probably sooner than later. So just as a reminder, this mount was only available from December 20, 2024 to January 6, 2025. So honestly, it was not there for a long period of time. And as you can imagine, players really want this mount back. And apparently that's what's going to happen because we have a few more proof that Blizzard is working on bringing it back into the game. So here, as you can see, it seems that Icy Veins discovered an entry in the interface manifestation data table called Catalog Shop Wildcard Brutosaur Comeback Raw.blp, with a path connected to the in-game store. So this is one source from all this data mining that, for instance, here Icy Veins did and that a lot of other people are doing. And again, it really, I would say, is pretty obvious that it indicates that Blizzard is planning on bringing this mount back on the store sooner again than later. And I personally think that they might bring it back around the WoW 21st anniversary event, which is happening this month in November, simply because this month was linked to the WoW 20th anniversary event. It's just that the 20th anniversary event lasted way longer than the usual anniversary events. But I can see them bringing this back during the 2 weeks during this event. So like that, players know that they will be able to buy the mount during this time period, and that probably every anniversary events after that, this mount will be brought back. I think it would make sense. It would also give players, I guess, an objective to work towards, because you can, of course, also buy this mount with gold if you manage to get enough gold and to buy enough WoW tokens in the game. So this is probably what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen around the WoW 21st anniversary event, it will probably be linked to the release of Midnight, maybe the pre-patch event or something like that a little bit later in 2026. So we'll have to wait and see, but it seems that soon, if you missed out on this mount, you will be able to get it again. But I doubt that it's going to be for free, like some players were hoping that at some point they would bring this mount through the trading post. But I highly doubt that they would ever do that, because for $90, it would be a little bit hard for players who actually bought it with real money to then see it being added to the trading post. So again, that's the first news that I think is worth mentioning in today's video. And hopefully you will be able to get this Brutosaur mount if you haven't done so already very soon. Now, the second thing that is very interesting is this new premium currency that has been data mined in Midnight. So as you can see, this is the Hearthsteel, and we have all these different icons that are linked to it. And this is what players have found: Housing Market Bundle Preview Details. So it is definitely, I think, obvious that this is going to be linked to player housing, and that you will be able to use these different things right here, these different Hearthsteels, in order to buy different type of decors. This is not actually something new, because Blizzard did indeed at some point announce, or at least mention, that they will add some of these different housing decors to the shop. And for instance, we already saw with the release of the Eric edition for Midnight, you do have some of these different promotional housing decor that you can unlock with the on Epic and also the Heroic Edition. But I think players are just realizing that it's really gonna be serious for them to create a new currency, because they could have added just a new tab to the in-game shop, similar to, for instance, the transmog, similar to the mounts and everything, and sell the decors there. But it means that they have way bigger plans for player housing, and that they're really planning probably on milking this new system and this new feature. So all in all, I think this is again something that was pretty obvious, maybe not to that level, but sadly this new feature is definitely going to be something that Blizzard is going to use to make a lot of money. And even though there's going to have a lot of things you will be able to unlock in game, probably the coolest, like, different appearances, coolest things you will be able to build, and yeah, coolest decor in general will come from the shop, which is, I think, a little bit sad and something that probably will alienate some of the player base, and players probably won't be happy having to go to the shop to get some of these most beautiful piece of decor. Especially usually from the shop we have the ones that are with the best texture, the HD versions and all of that. So yeah, sadly, this is gonna be the case. Now, let's see exactly how this currency will work. As you can see here, we definitely have all these different bundles. Probably this one is gonna cost you a lot. But it means that if you have a lot of money, you will be able to get tons of different decor pieces from this currency. And then let's see also how this currency will work with the rest of the game. For instance, again, you can buy the WoW token in order to then, put some money in your Battle.net account. Maybe here it will be something similar. You will be able to then buy them with your Battle.net account. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna work, but this is just a very interesting information and something that, as you can imagine, a lot of players are absolutely not happy with, because again, this is a game that we have to pay a monthly subscription for. We also need to pay each time the new expansions, and there's already an in-game store with so many things. So this is kind of crazy that we get another currency on top of that. But here, before I end the video, I want to remind you that the same thing happened with the traders tenders. So the first time Blizzard announced that the trading post was going to become reality and that the trader tenders were going to be the currency, players were also able to data mine some of these different bundles. And so players suspected that Blizzard was planning to sell these different tenders on the shop. But in the end, Blizzard only added some of these different tenders to a few things. So for instance, here with the Epic Edition, you get 2,000 tenders. And sometimes with some of the different bundles, you get like a few hundred tenders, but you cannot actually directly buy them from the shop. So here there is maybe a chance that it will be the same thing, and these will actually only be added to some of the different bundles and things like that, and you won't be able to directly buy them with real money and to buy as many as you want. Though, again, the difference is the fact that you really seem to have some insane amount of Hearthsteels, for instance, with these ones right here, which wasn't really the case with the tenders. So we'll have to wait and see, but maybe this is another situation similar to the tenders, where actually you won't be able to just buy them right away from the shop. You will need to wait for some opportunities to get more. And who knows, you might also be able to then earn them through the game, like the tenders, and there are just a few of them that will be available from the shop. This is what I hope will happen. Personally, that's basically another system similar to the traders tenders will be put in place. So for instance, you have monthly activities to do, and by the end of the month, you can collect maybe 2,000 of these different Hearthsteels. And then from time to time, with some bundles on the shop, you will be able to buy some additional ones with your money or with your Battle.net account. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think about all these new things, and especially with this new currency, what you think Blizzard is planning to do. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!